as usual. These are always scary looking. This one is a Real Aloe Soothing Care Mask, and it's made by Some by My or Me. It's M-I. See right there. So, we have some things to talk about. I think I might have mentioned that my son and daughter-in-law were kind of... see, I've lived with my son and daughter-in-law and my grandkids for like 14 years now, since my grandson was a baby, the one that's 16. Well, he was a toddler, so probably we think about 14 years. And, you know, they were just kind of throwing out words here and there that made me think, well, they're really ready to just be, you know, have an empty nest. You know, once the grandson's off in college, that they'd kind of really like me to, you know, move out. And that's fine, I get it, you know. And then the other day, a couple days ago, yesterday I guess it was even, yeah, it was yesterday, they said something that was kind of a shocker, that they want to just be a family, just their own little nuclear family, till he goes to college and beyond. So they actually want me to move out in the next couple months. So that was sort of a shocker. I mean, I'm okay with it. It's a good thing. You know, it's something they need. But, you know, after 14 years, change is hard. I do own a house. I have a renter in it. It's my daughter-in-law's aunt. And her brother used to live with her and help out, but he's moved out. So she's kind of struggling to pay the rent. So it's kind of a win-win. I think I'm going to move back in my house and live with her, is what we're thinking. We're going to get together and talk more about it. And then she'll pay me some rent, just not as much as she was paying, you know. And I need that extra money because I went out on disability when I was like 61. And so you get, you know, if I would have worked till I was 70, I would have had like a pretty big retirement, you know, Social Security. But since I went out so young, I don't have very much Social Security, so I couldn't afford to live by myself. Even though my house is paid off, there's still taxes are, because we don't have state income tax, property taxes are really high in Texas. Like this is a little 1,400 square foot house, and I think my last property taxes were $4,800. So it's, you know, that's $400 a month just in taxes, if nothing else. And, you know, with prices the way they are right now, everything going up, and it's an all electric house. So the electric bill in the summer with the heat, you know, you got that AC running all the time, or it's been real cold this year, can be like over $250. So plus water and all that stuff. So I can't really afford to live by myself. So it's either kick her out and get another roommate, or just room with her. So, you know, we're going to give that a try. Hopefully it'll work. So within the next 2 months, probably May, I'm moving out and moving back over to my house. So we shall see how that all goes. And it's a 3-bedroom house, and she's got the master bedroom, which is at the back of the house off the kitchen of all things, which is kind of weird layout. And then at the front of the house, there's 2 rooms. There's like a bathroom, a bedroom, the entryway, and then another bedroom. And so I'm going to take that little front piece, and I'll have a craft room back. Yay, because I haven't had anywhere to craft since we moved in this house, other than drag everything out on the kitchen table, then put it all back. But this way, you know, I'll be able to set up a table and just leave stuff there. So I'll be able to craft more often. And most of my friends, because I lived over there for 15, 18 years, something like that, before I moved in with them, 15 years maybe. A lot of my adult friends are over that away. It's about 30 minutes from here. So, so a lot of my things I do with my friends, I have to travel 30 minutes to go do them. So now I'll just be right there. So that's a plus. So, I mean, I'm sure God will bring something good out of it, but it's just hard. I've been with these kids since they were born practically, and so it's hard. But my granddaughter's already gone. She's, comes home occasionally from college, and then he's, going to be working part-time, and he's really involved in school, and, so I hardly see and when he is home, he's up in his room, so I don't see him that much either. So it's just that season of life where the kids start pulling away, and the grandkids, the kids already pulled away a long time ago, the grandkids start pulling away. So we'll see. The only thing I'm worried about is finances, Am I going to have to stop doing all my boxes? Can I afford to do this anymore? I might have to find some other things to do, on my YouTube channel, because I don't want to give you guys up, but I don't know how much I can afford to keep unboxing and doing giveaways and stuff like that. So I don't know. It's all up in the air. It's all just happened yesterday, so it's all fresh and new. So I don't know what's going to happen. So just pray it all works out the way it's supposed to work out. I'm sure God's got something in mind for me. This is so God, He's just been prompting me to let go of my small group that I lead, and that was this last week, and now this week it's like, by the way, you're moving, so those two tied together, makes more sense now. So, and I might even go, our church has several different locations, and I go to the main one, and I may keep going to that one, or they're building a new location that'll be kind of by, about equidistance away by my house I own that I'm moving to. And so maybe I'll start going over there and help them get that one up and running. It's smack in the middle of two big colleges, so we're, going after the college crowd, but I don't know that they need a grandma getting it up and running, because, college kids, they should relate to me because I'm a cool grandma. I relate to my college grandkids, but and sometimes they don't think they can relate to you because you're old. I don't know. That's all that's going on. Is that enough? I forgot about it's time for the Walmart Beauty Box Spring division. Not division. Spring edition. That's the word I was looking for. So usually have 2 boxes come, and they don't give it there at the same time. Usually they get there apart, and sometimes they give me all the exact same stuff in both boxes, which is annoying because they have a variety of things they can send you. It's supposedly, the box is free, the shipping $6.95. And you usually get anywhere from a little foil wrap sample up to a full-size item. It's just a mix, and you get 5 or 6 items. It's worth the $7, Shipping's high right now. I'm doing a collab with Bonnie from Bonnie's Bargains. Well, we got one going right now. That's a St. Patrick's Day, where we bought St. Patrick's Day stuff, like my little headband right there and that scarf right there. And then now we're doing one for Easter, where instead of buying it and keeping it, we're sending it to the other person. So I've got a box ready to send her. It's got 10 items in it, Easter items in it. And she's going to keep 5 and then have 5 for a giveaway. And then I'm going to do the same. She's going to send me 10 items, and I'm going to keep 5 and have 5 for a giveaway. And it was I don't know, because it's $1.25 now. It's not $1 anymore. But with tax and stuff, it was 13 something, and it's $15.50 to send the box. So it's more money to send the box than the stuff inside was worth. I'm also going to do another Easter collab where it's a similar thing, where I send somebody stuff, but it's not limited to Dollar Tree. So, you can go, a little more expensive. So, I don't know. We'll see. I've got money in the bank too as a cushion. I've got a 401k that I can draw from. Well, they make you draw some from it every year. And if I need to, instead of doing it once a year and putting it in my car fund, which is what I did this last year, I can get a little a month to help with expenses. So So if I end up needing extra money, I can do that. And then I still have some money in the bank. Years ago, when I went out on disability, when I was in my early 60s, I had 2 years I fought to get disability. And during that 2 years, I had no income. And I was doing the COBRA thing, which is, if you know what COBRA is, it's where you can keep your health insurance, but you pay like through the nose for it because you're not through the company anymore. I think I paid $800 a month with no income for health insurance. But, that's why I went out on disability, because I had health issues, so I needed that health insurance. So I'm like frittering through my money like crazy, because like, how's that all gonna, how am I, luckily that's when I was living with my son and daughter-in-law, so I didn't have, as big of expenses, but still. And then just out of nowhere, I had an uncle that I met once when I was a baby die and leave me $100,000, which was enough to pay off my house, get me through that time period. And I still have some of that money left because I'm a very frugal person. So I still have, I don't know, 30, 40,000 of that left sitting there in case of emergency. So I got, I've got options. So it'll all work out. I mean, all things come together for good for those who love God. I think that's what it is. I'm not perfect on my scriptures, but you get the general gist of it. And are called according to his purpose. That's the end of it. So, he had me stop doing that small group. And he's got some other purpose for me. And it may be just adjusting to all this stuff. That may have been the purpose. I don't know. We'll see. Or maybe it's just helping start up that other satellite campus of our church. I don't know. God knows he's got it all figured out for me. So I think what we decided we're going to do is I talked to Tammy, the girl that I'll be living with, and she's got stuff in those 2 rooms, of course. So they kind of said, how about moving out in April? And I'm like, okay, that's a month away. That's pretty quick. And then I talked to her and she's like, well, I really can't be ready till May because I've got to figure out what to do with all that stuff in those 2 rooms. So I'm going to get together and come by the house. Like, not this coming week because that's my retreat, but the week after that, get together with her and come by the house and see, if there's stuff she's got she wants to get rid of. Do I want it? Because, when I moved in with my son and daughter-in-law, I had everything in storage. And I stored it for like 2 or 3 years, paying $75 a month to store that stuff. And we finally decided, well, this is working. Why am I keeping all this stuff? But how do you get rid of stuff in storage? I mean, you can't have a garage sale. What do you do? So I'm like, I don't know what to do, but I want to get rid of this stuff. I want to quit paying this $75 a month. And right about then, somebody my daughter-in-law knew, it was her friend, and his sister had like 4 kids and had an abusive husband, and she left and was living in someplace else, and it burned down. So she had 4 kids, one of them which was a baby, and nothing. So I'm like, well, that's perfect. So I just said, bring a truck. And I just gave them all my furniture, all my pots and pans, all my dishes, all that kind of stuff, a whole house full of stuff. They helped them get started. And it was perfect for me because, if I needed that stuff, I'd just buy it again. And the $75 a month I'd have been paying these like 13 years. Can you imagine how? So that's $75 a month. It's a little less than $1,000 a year times 13, 14 years. Say this is 14 years, so that's $14,000. I could definitely refurnish my house for $14,000, especially nowadays on this these neighborhood watch type apps. People are giving away stuff all the time. I mean, everything up in our game room. There's a leather couch up there. Just a L-shaped sectional, and all the stuff up in our game room we got for free. Other than my grandson's weight equipment. So, I could always replace everything for like way less than $14,000 probably for free. So Tammy's got, some stuff like a desk and stuff that she's going to get rid of. So I want to, kind of help her go through her stuff and decide what to do with what, because I'm taking over two rooms, and she's used to spreading out. She likes to live alone, but she said she's 76 and I'm 72, and she said she realizes she's at the age now where she just shouldn't be living alone, and neither should I. So she says it'll just be two old ladies helping each other out, and yeah, that's it. So I don't think either one of us can afford to live by ourselves for very long. So she's been doing it, but I think it's been tough since her brother moved out a couple months ago. So it works out good for her, works out good for me. So what else do I have coming? I got those 2 Walmart beauty boxes. My Luxury Diva still is not here. I finally sent him an email because it still shows that the label's been printed, but it hasn't been UPS or USPS or whoever doesn't have it. And it was printed on the 4th. So what's today? The 14th? That's 10 days. It's just been sitting there in shipping. So something's wrong. So my Luxury Diva is not here yet because I don't know what's going on with that. And then what else? Later on this month, I'll get my ice cream. I don't have any clothes coming this month. Next month I do. Next month I have Wee Blessings. And then in May I have Stitch Fix. I have to figure out when to change my address. Another God thing. I mean, I was just getting ready to, and I didn't do it, thank goodness, is my post office box that I use to get stuff from you guys and some of my boxes I get. It expires the end of this month, and I'm just not going to renew it because it would be way far for me to come over and pick stuff up, 30 minutes to come pick stuff up from this post office box. So I'll just get one over by where I live in my new place. Well, it's my old place. I owned it for 23 years. I just haven't lived in it for a big chunk of that. Alrighty then. Time to take my mask off. Feels good. Aloe is always good, like, if you get sunburned or something. I don't know. Vitamin C is supposed to be really good for your skin. I got some vitamin C serum, and it fell off my dresser, behind my dresser, and I've been too lazy to get it out. I need to do that. Or nightstand, I mean. And I'm thinking, looking at what I've got, and I'm thinking, well, what do I need to buy? Like, I've got in my closet, there's built-in, like, places to put those cloth cubes. So I'm looking, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, there's six of them. So I need to get some of the wood holders for cubes. I'm just thinking about stuff like that I need to get. And I was looking online, and they had one that holds eight of those cloth cubes for $50 at Target. So that's not bad. You just put it together yourself with, screwdriver and stuff. I'm sure Tammy's got all that stuff. Because that's the thing, is I don't have anything. I have no pots and pans, no dishes, no nothing. I've got my bedroom furniture, my crafting stuff, and that's all I have. So it's also good for me to move in with somebody else because they've got the TV and the couch and the dishes and the pans and the washer and dryer, all that stuff. So it'll all work out. It's just sort of a shock to the system when you have this big a change. So I will take you along on my process, show you my new house and, well, new again house that I'm going to move back into. So I will take you along with me through my new adventure. Love y'all. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.